Hey there and welcome to ZeitgeistOG. I am Fatman. This
I'm
be
Skeletor.
Skeletor. And today we're coming at you with our top, technically 5, but also 10 best movies of 2019.
Let's confuse him right out the gate.
So we haven't
It's my
collaborated.
top 5
in a
and
while.
his top 5.
But what we're going to do, we've swapped lists and we're going to switch off starting from 5 and going to 1. So I'll give him his 5, he'll give me my 5, and vice versa. And with that, let's dive right in. So this is ZeitgeistOG's top 10 best movies of 2019.
Alright, so for number 5, you have Good Boys. The notes next to it say, not the freshest concept ever, but it did provide a unique take on the concept and has a lot of laughs. Starts to wear a little thin and become tired by the end, though. Would you care to elaborate on that?
I would. It starts off really funny. Like, really funny. There's a lot of big laughs, a lot of solid shit. But by the time you get to, like, the last stretch of this almost 2-hour movie and the whole allure of, like, here's a bunch of 6th graders swearing and talking about semen and fucking sex dolls and what, by the end it's a little tired. It's like, I've seen, like, South Park does this story really well in a half hour.
That's why that was number 5 for me as well.
Yeah, because your number 5 was also Good Boys, and it says it's all nostalgia, but Zoomers be zooming. Love is pointless, and the fat kid is gay. In real life South Park.
Yeah. It says IRL South Park.
Well, yeah,
Thank you very much.
The abbreviation, whatever. So we both have the South Park.
Yeah, that was literally just live action South Park.
So why is the fat black kid gay?
No, the other fat kid, not the black one.
Oh, the one with the earring?
Yeah, the one with the earring,
Yeah,
and he's trying to...
I forget the names.
He wants to do the musicals, but then, like, musicals are gay,
okay,
but then, yeah. And when you see at the very end, because, like, the one kid's going through all this crap to get a girlfriend, and the other kid's doing all this crap to get out of doing musicals, because he fucking doesn't want to do musicals.
It's a high school musical, but, like, rated
for grade
R
school kids. Yeah. And then at the very end, you bump into, the whole crew gets back together, and the one kid's got a whole new girlfriend, and it's only like maybe 3 months at most have gone on since the movie and the ending, and like it's the end of the world if he doesn't kiss this chick, and 3 months later they're not even together.
Yeah, it's like he's on his 3rd or 4th chick.
And the fat kid is doing musicals. Like, that's why they're meeting up. It's the after party for his musical.
Yeah, for one of his musicals, and the whole reunion thing was pretty funny. That was a solid joke to end.
Yeah.
But either way, so Good Boys is both of our number 5. Not an amazing movie, but not bad.
I'm not in a big hurry to watch it again, but I would watch it again.
I probably would, yeah.
Alright, so for number 4, you've got Detective Pikachu.
I did.
A good video game movie, question mark? That was supposed to be a statement, but okay.
No, it's not. A good video game movie? Holy shit, a good video game movie. That's what it says.
Question mark twice, you wrote it twice. Attention to detail is outstanding, but I sure wish the plot wasn't a convoluted mess. Sad Pikachu singing Pokemon theme is priceless, though. Alright, you should tell me about that, because I actually haven't seen this movie.
Really? There's a scene where, again, plot is extremely convoluted, only to get to a really predictable point. But the attention to detail is amazing. Like, everywhere you go, there's, like, 30 Pokemon and shit to look at just in the background. Like, you could pause this and have a field day with how much shit is actually going on in the background. So that's really, really nice. And there's a scene where... either way, Ryan Reynolds Chu is walking home, and he's just, like, wiping away tears, and he's like, you teach me, and I'll teach you Pokemon. And that's just hilarious.
Okay.
Searching far and wide, teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny, Pokemon.
I saw the end fight on YouTube clips, but...
No, but it was good. It was honestly probably the best video game movie we have. And I know that bar isn't high, like, at all.
No.
Because the second best is, like, the Mario movie.
Well, no, hang on. Lara Croft.
She's
not the new one, Angelina Jolie.
She's hot, yeah, but it's still a stupid movie.
Alright, fine, whatever.
Alright, so you're number 4. You had The Fanatic.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that. Why is this guy not a ward of the state? Moose is in the house. Hunter Dunbar, better than given credit for. That was actually something I heard a lot between, like, Chris Stuckman and a lot of other people that did this.
Everybody other than us who I saw reviewing this treated it as a comedy, and obviously it wasn't meant to be a comedy. This is so bad, it's good. I didn't see it like that. I thought it was a legitimately...
You really liked it.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a good character study. I thought it was a good a look at a human train wreck, and I enjoy a good human train wreck. But yeah, there was a lot of meme moments in the movie. He's got the antlers. He's running around. Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house. And it's the way he says the guy's name, full name, literally every single time.
Yeah.
Dunbar.
Hunter Dunbar.
But yeah, no, Fanatic was definitely a really good movie. Here's a link to where you can find a real review of it. I highly recommend you check it out. I would have never expected anything this good from Limp Bizkit Boy.
Shit! Fred Durst.
That's his name, Fred Durst. All I could think about was hot dog water. Alright, so let's move on. Number 3, Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Time travel sucks.
Yes.
That being said, movie begins very draggy, but the last 45 minutes is the best superhero fight sequence ever. Fight me. Movie begins very draggy. See, I understand what you're saying there, but the scene with the Captain America and the support group, there was just one quick sentence of the guy being gay. Never once they mentioned him being a drag queen.
But
yeah, that was way too much setup for that joke.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm glad to see that it actually made it onto the list.
It did. I was considering it for a minute, then I realized I hadn't seen that much, and that was probably among, even though, like I said, time travel blows so hard. And it was worse because they looked like they were going to stick to their own time travel rules, and then they f***ed it all up. That's just, I'm so, iffy with time. I hate almost everything that has time travel in it. And this was no exception. I was really hoping for a different way because I knew they were coming back. Unless you were 5, you knew they were coming back because they're just not about to kill off a bunch of billion-dollar franchises for no reason. But
yeah.
I was really hoping it was going to be something more outside the box than time travel. The fact that they acknowledge that time travel is stupid in the movie.
That doesn't give them license, yeah,
No,
but it doesn't work out the way that they think it will.
No.
And, I mean, this is Marvel we're talking about, so, I mean, time travel kind of turned into alternate reality hopping.
That being said, though, literally that last, 45 minutes is orgasmic.
Oh, yeah.
That was worth
when the guy
all
with
of
the
it.
hammer picks up the shield... I'm sorry. When the guy with the shield picks up the hammer and everybody acts like it's a big deal.
Yeah, if you've been paying attention, that kind of was.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole... that's been an ongoing joke for, 7 years. So, granted some license. But you got fanboy lines of the Avengers Assemble line. That's literally never been said. And I didn't know that at first. I was like, that's a really cool moment. But everybody was overhyping it. And I'm like, oh, wow, he's never actually said it.
Really?
He's never... Avengers Assemble, first time he says it was in Endgame in that scene.
Wow, okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. We'll grant that. That's really cool. And, yeah, that finale was just tits. That was dope.
Hell yeah.
All right, for your number 3, you had Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Mom is the worst. Yes. We heading into mid-70s Godzilla, but still cool. Okay, so you're the humongous Godzilla buff. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Get where you're coming from on the mom is the worst, because I agree.
Yeah, she really was the worst character in the whole movie.
What does we're heading into mid-70s Godzilla mean? What does that mean for you as a giant Godzilla buff?
So, by the time we hit the early to mid-70s, Godzilla movies in general were making a transition away from unstoppable monster to more friend of the children, savior of Earth kind of situation.
Oh, right.
And
so
it got
he's kind of revered.
Yeah, and it started getting kind of goofy. The budget went downhill. Tone-wise, he became friend to the children, and budget-wise, they just lost the budget. It got to the point where they were just filming fight scenes in an open field and saying that it's a wasteland. But we're kind of heading back into that territory, not necessarily with the budget, but Godzilla just being around humans all the time and working with the humans and stuff like that, and Millie Bobby Brown, and apparently in the new movie with him and Kong, we're gonna get a lot of her in school with her friends.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're kind of heading into that 70s hanging out with kids territory.
Okay.
Godzilla shouldn't be hanging out with kids.
No, I disagree. I wouldn't let my kids hang out with Godzilla.
No. No, but that being said, this was a really good movie. The human plot was kept real tight to just the very beginning, and then it was just all monster fights. And
which was sweet.
The biggest complaint I ever saw about this was, yet again, monster fights in the rain at night. But
still looked dope.
lore-wise, it made sense because Ghidorah just creates giant storms everywhere it goes with those wings. So I was happy with that. So, number 2 is for you, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Sweet, sweet ass-kicking kaiju action OMG yes. Wow, I didn't realize you were a teenage girl. It fixes the we didn't get to see the monsters issue enough and is orgasmic visual experience. Okay. Such a shame the mom was as interesting as a plank of wood. If she was Bryan Cranston, this movie would be number 1. I didn't know you wanted to see Bryan Cranston with tits, but alright.
Just saying, he was arguably, since the whole universe of Godzilla got rebooted for like the billionth time.
He was in it for like 20 minutes.
And he was still the most interesting human character we've gotten so far.
No, that's not true, because we got
true.
John Goodman.
That's true. John Goodman was awesome, but I'm talking specifically Godzilla.
Alright, fine.
I know they share the universe, but that was just Kong. And he was amazing. Out of Godzilla, Bryan Cranston was the most interesting.
What, you don't like Military Man number 476?
Head lady at army thing.
Yeah. Bryan Cranston was the best character.
It's the
so
only
far.
one you fucking remember. All of
Yeah.
you. All don't try to give me any other shit between 2014 Godzilla and King of the Monsters.
Millie Bobby Brown was best girl.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mom sucks ass though. That's
Oh my
literally
gosh, she
just what
was
kept it from being my number 1 for this year.
Such an unlikable character.
So horrible.
A well-written bad guy, I'll say that.
Yeah, her motivation kind of makes sense, I guess, but
It didn't make sense, but
No,
I mean,
it did-
you
it didn't.
definitely
It
disliked
didn't.
her, and that was the point.
Yeah. So number 2 for you, we have Dr. Sleep. More like Dr. No Sleep. Wow, are these shitty puns ever gonna end? Don't need to watch The Shining better than the original because Kubrick gon' fright me.
Because Kubrick is gone, fight me. Yeah.
Wow, so better than the original Shining.
Yeah, I can see our cameraman having an aneurysm back
I'm having an aneurysm right now. I haven't seen this yet, though, so I'll be honest. I did want to. I just couldn't.
It is definitely worth your time. Okay, so right off the bat, you don't need to see the original because they do enough, like, not necessarily flashbacks to the original, but kind of flashbacks. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, there's enough of that you know what's going on. If you only watch No Sleep, if you only watch Dr. Sleep, the only reason to see the original is because it's a Kubrick movie. Anything relevant from that movie is brought back into this one.
Okay, I get you.
And I think it's better with Kubrick gone simply because...
Why was he gone? I didn't know he was.
Oh, well, first off, the man's dead. He's
well,
been
that
dead
makes
for a few
sense
years
then,
now.
doesn't
Yeah.
it?
That being
answers
said, Kubrick does have a really great way of making movies. They're not always easily watchable. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just come home from work and pop in The Shining and...
Okay, yeah, I get that point.
Yeah, this doesn't try to imitate his style of filmmaking, so it's a lot easier to just sit through that in one quick run. There's not a lot of long extended scenes of the camera just panning across something.
Right.
And, well, there's
a lot of
something in this
establishing
scene I
shots.
need to notice that's going to be changed later. There's not a lot of that in this movie, and that just makes it easier to watch. There's a lot more flow to it. Things just happen. Rapid fire. But yeah, anything relevant from that first movie happens in this one.
Yeah.
It flows better. Ewan McGregor just does a great job.
He always does.
He really did.
Even as boring as Christopher Robin, he still does a really good job.
Man, I forgot he was in that.
Good movie, by the way.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend Dr. Sleep.
I'll
It's
definitely have to
really,
see it, yeah.
really good.
So before we go into number 1, let's do some honorable mentions. I don't believe I had any.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't see anything on
no,
here.
there'd be nothing there.
All
I
right.
have no honorable mentions. The closest I could toss into something that's better than all the shit on my worst, and literally one of the other 2 movies that didn't make it on the list is Adam Sandler's Murder Mystery. But
Forgot that was a thing.
it's not a strong endorsement. It was entertaining, but it was, yeah. So you have Endgame with
Yes.
the sidelining of it works best if you've seen the other 11 years of bullshit. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It can't really stand on its own.
It can, it just doesn't hold as much weight, and when it doesn't hold that weight, it just doesn't come off as good of
yeah.
a movie. And part of the emotional attachment to these characters is what makes it good. You know, watching Black Widow die, stuff like that. Spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the other 11 years, it's not going to stand on its own, and thus I don't think it really is as good of a movie as, say, like, Dr. Sleep.
Shit, it wasn't even as good as Infinity War, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, Infinity War was all action. This one was
But beside the point, and then you also have Joker with the Taxicab 2019, ruined by commercialism. There was no commercialism.
But
couldn't
that's
make
where
merch
you're
for this
wrong.
movie.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about no. They did make a Funko Pop. That was
Yeah, because that
literally
doesn't
it.
exist for everything ever.
No, but the point is, there was one thing of merch for it. That was literally all I saw.
Yeah, there's like no merch. So.
No, but okay. So the script got leaked online, not too long before the movie itself came out. I read that, and I can see what they cut out
You're
of the
one
script.
of those guys. You're one of
Yes.
those guys that reads the fucking script and just
Yeah.
instead of just watching the movie.
Oh no, I did both. I mean, I did both, but the point
Okay,
is,
I digress. Whatever. What's the
okay, so
commercialism,
they cut out enough stuff out of this. I can understand why they cut out most of it, but they changed the very ending so that they could have a sequel. The way the movie ended originally, he's in a psych ward, his head shaved. It looks like he might have had a lobotomy, and it just says the end. There's no going for a sequel. He's not free. He's not out there. He's not doing
Although,
his
if
thing.
I could counterpoint to this real quick, I'm gonna say that I can understand why you feel that way, but let's be honest. The second this thing made $1 billion, that basically greenlit a sequel. Let's be 1,000% on it. Even if they left no room possible, makes $1 billion, getting a sequel.
I have a lot of trouble tying this into the greater DC universe.
I don't think it's supposed to be.
No, but like you said, this makes money, so of course
Yeah,
they're gonna have a
yeah.
sequel. If it keeps making money, they're gonna try to bring in Batman.
Yeah.
Can you see this guy getting beaten up by Batman? He looks like one punch is just gonna break every rib in his body.
Oh, beside that point, let's move on to our number ones.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you have Joker, best character study ever.
Yeah.
Care to explain how it's the best character study ever? You care to explain
yeah, I do.
why it's number one instead of an honorable mention like I have? You think you're better than me?
Yes. 1,000%, yeah. There's no hesitation to that. I do. I absolutely do. Every day I look in the mirror and I see me instead of you. It's a good day.
It looks
But
like
that's
you eat 5 of them for breakfast.
That's beside the point, though. Yeah, dude, Joker was fucking phenomenal, and I think it's helped for me by the fact that I never thought I would enjoy it this much, and I did. It's not stereotypical villain origin story.
No, it is not.
There's nothing. Look, the vat of acid shit's cute and all, but it's ridiculous. He would die. He would not get powers or whatever the fuck.
You don't know what kind of chemicals they got in Gotham?
He'll die. That's beside the point, though. It's just, and I didn't really trust Phoenix all the way to deliver, but he delivers. The tense scenes are tense. Every scene, every way they try to make you feel, I feel lands successfully, which a lot of movies can't do. Every vibe they're going for is what you're actually going to feel watching that scene. You generally, across this movie, maybe some people felt differently, but there was never a scene where I was watching that was supposed to be serious, and I felt the opposite. There wasn't a scene where I was watching that you were supposed to feel tension, and I didn't. It just worked. And it was one of the first movie scores, like modern day, that I actually really liked. Like, I like the score. It's simple, but it's creepy. It weaves itself in there. I really enjoyed Joker. Number one.
Let me ask you this real quick about Joker. Did you understand the whole thing with his girlfriend and
Yeah.
and the thing about how he was kind of making that up as he was going along?
Yeah.
Did that surprise you at all?
Yeah, actually, I was like, oh shit. I mean, it wasn't like a blindsided twist. Like, I wasn't completely baffled by it. But I was like, okay, that's really cool. Because as I was watching it, I'm like, they have no chemistry. What are they doing
Yeah.
together? So it was cool that I'm like, okay, cool.
One of the big
It's a
complaints
happy
I heard
twist.
about the movie was that caught a lot of people by surprise, and they couldn't believe that was made up. Like, what do you mean?
No, I could believe it completely. But that's to their credit of how well they
Yeah.
wrote. I could totally see this Joker, making that up.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
it worked for me. And for your number one, drum roll, we had Pet Sematary. I gotta be
Yeah.
honest, I wasn't expecting that as your number one. So, 1,000 times better than the original. Love the ending. Need more dick. Solomon.
I like how you paused and then threw the Solomon in there. You would need more dick. Solomon. But yeah.
How did this end differently than the original? I didn't see it.
Yes, it ended a lot more differently than the original, and that being said, it was somehow still closer to the source material than the original.
Oh shit.
They left out the stuff about the Wendigo, but that's whatever. That's fine. This was still creepy as all get out. Obviously, more Dick Solomon. Dude's name, who I can't freaking remember to save my life right now, was absolutely amazing as the creepy neighbor guy.
That wasn't Malkovich, was it?
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow. Thank you,
editor man.
Yeah. Yeah, John Lithgow was absolutely amazing. I would have actually liked to have seen a bit more of him on screen. More people died than they should, so the dude just keeps burying them, and they keep coming back, and basically the movie ends with the entire family having been resurrected. And yeah. It's very dark, it's very good, and I'm very, very curious how far that would spread. Like, I know we're not going to get a sequel, but I want a sequel just to find out how far these resurrected individuals made it across the country. Like, did they take over the town? Like, what's going on here?
Dominate the earth.
Yeah, I would really like to see that, because that was creepy, that was good. And the little girl, I can't remember her name either, but the little girl who's the first one to die and gets brought back, holy crap, she is just the creepiest
Nightmare
little
fuel.
thing. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't want a daughter. That's scary.
I dig.
But yeah, that's my top 5.
All right. We be Fatman and Skeletor, and those were our top 5 each, the best of 2019. What were yours? What did you think was the absolute best? Did you agree with any of ours? If you were making your own personal list, is something we picked on there, because we shared 2. Good Boys and Godzilla were both made our lists.
Yeah, I wasn't suspecting that.
Yeah. But you can join us over shortly. I don't know if they're going to be up at the same time or we're spacing them out, but look for our top 5 worst as well.
We should have them up about the same time.
We'll figure that out later.
About a week apart.
We might even just cut this.
We might not even do top worst.
Subscribe and hit that stupid ass little bell to stay up to date on the way out, and we will catch you next time.
Happy New Year's, bitches.